Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you've all had a nice Christmas. So we're going to carry on now, do some work on the steam chest. The first thing I'm going to do, I'll get this mounted in the milling machine with this face upright, so that will be machined, these will be machined square to this face. So let's get that set up. Right, so I've got the steam chest clamped onto the milling machine with this back face square, which will be against the valve plate. So then I'm machining these off just square with the back. So let's get that going. A little bit more. Right, that's those two faces machined, and they're square now with the face that's against the valve chest. Next thing we've got to do is mark out these two faces. On each one there's the hole for the valve slide rod that goes through there. There's a couple of studs, I think they're 5BA, and then there's a counter bore, which then you've got it's a stuffing clamp. You stuff some stuff around the valve rod and then tighten up so you get a steam tight seal. So let's mark these out. Right, so I've got this all set back up in the milling machine, all marked out, ready to drill these holes. That's for the valve push rods and some BA studs. Right, now I'll drill those 3/16ths. Right, now what I got to do is put a 5/16 drill in there, 1/4 of an inch deep. I just change the drill. Well, that's those two done. Next thing will be drilling and tapping for the 4 5BA studs, one each side. Right, that's the tapping holes done. I just tap those out. Right, I'll just put the bottom in tap in. Right, that's those drilled and tapped. The next thing we got to do, we got to turn this round and bolt it on the milling machine with this side upright, because this side and this face is square. Then what we got to do is machine this off a little bit flat, because when you look at the drawing, don't know if you can see that, there's some auxiliary valves, so we have to machine that a bit flat and then drill. There's a 3/16 hole through to the low pressure valve area, and then this one here is drilled about halfway through, as you can see there on the top part, and then it's drilled from this face here to an angle to meet up with that hole. And then 2 6BA studs there. That's for auxiliary valves. So what I'll do is I'll mount that now with that face upright, and then machine this face flat. I'll just set that up. Right, so I'm just going to mill this flat a little bit. That one there. take a little bit more off. Right. Lovely. Right, what I'll now do is I'll just put some marker on there and mark out where I've got to drill the holes. So I'll get back to you. Right, that's the first hole drilled to depth. I'm just shy of the bottom there so it doesn't come out that side. What I'll drill next is the tapping holes for the 6BA studs. This hole here has got to be drilled at a slight angle to go in to there. So I'll do the square upright ones first, which would be the BA holes. Right, that's the tapping drill size. What I'll do now, I'll just tap those two holes while it's still square. And then what I'll have to do is then tilt that so that when I drill that hole, it will go at that angle to get into there. Right, I've just swapped the old taps for the bottom in tap. Right, that's the first one done. Now I'll just do the second one and get back to you. So that's both tapped holes done. Now I've got to mount this so that that hole can be drilled at the slight angle to get into there. I'll just do that. Right, as you can see, I've got that tilted at an angle, so when I drill through this hole, it will come into the low pressure valve area. Perfect. Right, so now what I've got to do is I'll get my vice on there which I can tilt to an angle, because I have to then drill from this face here at an angle to meet up with this first hole there, which goes to the high pressure valve area. Then a little bit tricky, see what I can do. Right, before I get my vice out, this is the top face, so the hole has got to go from here. Right, this line here is the bottom of the hole I've drilled through there. So, and then that is the 3/16 hole there. So I have to drill this hole from there to meet that. But also, when you turn it around the other side, I've got to mount it at that angle so it meets that from there. Bit tricky. Once I get it set up in the vise, you'll see. So that's not very straight, that line, but that gives you some idea where I've got to aim for, that way. And also slight angle from there to there. I suppose what I could do is drill that straight this way and then notch that little bit out there. Maybe I'll do that. That'll be easier, because that'll still be a steamway, because the top then bolts on there. Maybe I'll do that. I'll go from there straight this way, but get it at an angle that way, and then notch that little bit out so it opens up into that steam chest area. Yes. Right, I'll just get this set up and then I'll be back with you. It'll take a little bit of time and a bit of jiggery pokery. Right, I've got this set up. I've decided to go square this way and then just notch out that corner. This drill's not long enough to go right the way down to there, so I'm going to drill what I can with it. And then I've got a longer one. Obviously that's too long for me to get in there for the movement of the milling machine. So once I get down so far, I'll be swapping this. So let's make a start. I have milled a flat in there, so it'd be easier for that drill than to, instead of trying to drill on a slant. Just keep your fingers crossed. I might be able to move that drill down a little bit, get a little bit deeper. Yeah. Right, now I've got to swap the drill. Right, so this long drill, I haven't got the height to get that into there. When I get that into there, I haven't got the height to get it in the chuck, so what I'm going to end up doing now, because I reckon I haven't got much more to go, I'll finish that off by hand now. So I've just remounted the vice at a slightly different place so I can just try and get this drilled carefully down to that hole there. I think that may be it. Now what I'll do is I'll just nip that out there, I'll mount that back in there, and I'll use the cutter and just swipe it across. Right, I'll just mill this out to this side so that the steam will come out of there and down that hole and out there. Right, here we are. I think that was the easiest way to do that. Let's put that back on the cylinder block now. Right, so just drop that back on there. So now we've got where the rods for the valve slides go, drilled and tapped, and that the auxiliary steamways, which this hole goes to the lower pressure, and then this one you've got the steam coming from the higher pressure out this side. I'm happy how that's gone. So then we can put the top on. We need to finish this now. This is literally finished now, bar a coat of paint. And then the top will go on. I think it goes on that way. So I think in the next video I'll be cleaning this up, machining that, and drilling this to fit on there. I think this is the safety valve. Right, on the next video I'll be working on this part and getting that fitted on there. And I'd like to wish everybody a happy new year. And please subscribe to my channel and join me as I build a 2-inch scale Fowler Showmans traction engine.